Good morning, guys. Good afternoon, good evening, depending on where you are. So, in today's video, guys, I wanted to talk about the pandemic again, but in a bit different way. So, in today's video, I thought we could talk about our work and our studies during the pandemic. So there are a number of us that actually do work or study in other countries, in countries where we are not born, in foreign countries. So, and the pandemic actually has given us, both challenges and opportunities actually. So, pros and cons, right? So, if we talk about like personally, right, as an example, I've actually been doing my master's degree with a university in some other countries, undisclosed countries, and and I've been actually able to continue my study online while having the opportunity to actually stay and spend time with my family and resume my studies online. I think that's one of the best things that the pandemic has ever given. And so you are not only in your country spending quality time and enjoying your stay with your family, but also continuing and pursuing your study from wherever you are online. So I think that's one of the best things ever. So, but of course, I believe there are some types of people or students or expats that cannot actually do work or study online. Probably students who are doing medicine or engineering, or students who have to do some work in the lab, and probably their laboratory probably are closed due to COVID-19. So those types of students are probably an exception to this trend, but overall, I think the pandemic has given us, both challenges and opportunities actually in different ways. So personally, I've actually been doing my master's online. I actually finished one semester of my study and suspended it till September 2021 because I actually wanted to diversify my options and look into other countries, because in the pandemic you have no idea when a certain country might open up or go into a lockdown, because we are still in a pandemic, not in a post-pandemic world whatsoever. We are still in the pandemic, and for example, if you are if you talk about country A, right, the country A might actually be open now and allow entry of international arrivals today, but then you sleep today and wake up tomorrow, and then you get the news like the country A says, you know what, we actually changed our mind due to COVID-19. We are going into a lockdown for 2 more months or or until further notice. So things are actually changing pretty much very fast actually nowadays because of the pandemic, depending on the situation in the country concerned. So actually my point is we have to be extra strategic during the pandemic. Actually, if you live your life, it is in our best interest to actually plan our future really strategically. But during the pandemic, we have to be 2 or 3 times more strategic, because things are changing pretty fast, and we have to take that into account actually. So that is actually one of the reasons why I actually suspended my study till September 2021, because my university in that country is still resuming classes online, and we have no idea when we can actually enter that country physically. So I decided to suspend my study until 2021 and look into other options and other countries actually where we will be able to actually enter the country physically and be in the country. Because one of the reasons is that one of the good things about studying online or doing your work online is that you get to spend time with your family. That's great. But the thing is, it also kind of does not really give you a true sense of being a real student or a real expat, because you are at your convenience of home, and you don't really feel like you are a student or you are working, because you are so relaxed and enjoying your life. But also, you might feel bored. And like, as an example, take me as an example, right? um, I don't really feel like I'm a student. Of course, I'm attending classes online and whatnot, but if I'm not in the country where my university is situated, if I'm not really on campus or in the classroom, I don't really feel like I'm a student, mate. So I've actually been really looking forward into different options and countries where I could study physically. And I'm gonna get the results of those applications that I made within the next month. I would say at most, yeah. So, but if not, I always have the option of resuming my classes online until things get back to normal. So I've actually done a lot of stuff, everything I could from my end to end the pandemic, including getting vaccinated. Yeah. My second shot is actually on 15th of June, so that's after 2 days. Yeah, I'm actually pretty excited because I'm gonna get my certificate of immunization and vaccination, where I could, uh, which I could use to prove that I'm vaccinated to a lot of countries, and I'm really happy about it. So um, yeah, but anyways, guys, I hope you guys are doing great, and that's just one of the life updates that I wanted to share with you guys. So I hope you guys are doing great, and I hope that we could see the end of the pandemic soon, and that we could return back to our normal lives internationally. Of course, there are some countries that are back to normal, like my country over here. We are pretty much back to pre-pandemic life. Everything is back to normal, and it's really nice to see. But I really hope that international travel will resume up to 100%, like in 2019, where we could travel internationally anywhere. So anyways, guys, everything is great. And according to the Dr. Fauci, the head doctor of the Center for Disease Control in the US, we're gonna be back to normal pretty soon. But I'm sure it'll depend on where you are. But generally speaking, globally, I would say we will be back to normal within the next couple of years. So we should be strategic and smart and be happy, and everything it will be great. Okay, guys, thank you so much, and take care and keep in touch.